Morning, grade 5 students. Let's start our science lesson today. And before that, as usual, let's check our homework. So, question 3 in page 7 of your workbook. List 4 important uses of water in the body. So, I told you, you can watch the video and then write the answers. So, what are the different uses? There are many, but I have written 4. Strength and nourishment of vital organs. So our organs need strength and nourishment, and for that we need water. Smooth functioning of the bones, the joint of the bones. For the movement of the bones we need water. Also for proper digestion, the food when we eat, for the digestion we need water, and also for regulating body temperature. Okay, so I've just written four important uses. Now the next question in the next page, you can see it says there are two tables, person A and person B, and it's showing the water intake and the water loss of person A and person B. Now the first question is, which person may be dehydrated? And we know dehydrated is having less water in the body. Now how do we find out? We find the total of the water loss of both person A and person B. So when you calculate the total of person A, what is the total you get? 3050. So you can see that this person is dehydrated because he is taking only 2800 and he is losing 3050. That means he is losing more than what he got. So person A is the dehydrated one. Now which person's water is in balance? Person B, because if you total the water loss on the other side, you will find 2400. So it's in balance because he is taking in 2400 and he is losing 2400. Now the question is, question C is, explain how you know. How we know? Because you see the difference between the intake and the loss, right? So person's A's water loss are more than the water intake, yes? Because he's losing 3050 and he's taking only 2800. But person's B intake and water loss is balanced. So this is your answer. Now I also told you can crack the secret code. Fill half your plate with, and I've given you pictures with the code from A to Z. So fill your half plate with, it comes fruits and vegetables. Get 60 minutes of physical activity each day. Choose water instead of sugary drinks. Balance your day with food and play. Eat fruits and vegetables at meals and snacks. And eat smart to play hard. So this was the code. Today's lesson is about food and energy. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to state in calories the normal energy needs of human body. So you will see what is the normal needs, how much calorie we need each day, and we will also interpret the nutritional information provided by labels on packaged foods. So when we buy foods, you will see nutritional information. So let's see how we can understand from those labels. Food gives us energy, and why do we need energy? Yes, like you said, to survive, to move, to grow, so many things, right? Everything you do uses energy. Everything is energy. Sometimes you think that I'm just sitting simply, there is no energy wasted. But actually we are using energy even when we are sitting simply. Some activities use more energy than others. Now, I have some pictures over here. We have to draw a circle around the activities that use lots of energy and a square around that uses less energy. Now tell me which one from these uses lots of energy. What about the first one? The boy reading the book. Does it need a lot of energy? No, it needs less energy. What about the boy sleeping? He still needs energy when he's sleeping because his body is still working. His brain, his internal organs are working. But does he need more energy or less energy? Less energy. Okay. Now, what about the next picture? Yes, because the child is playing over here. He's playing football. You need more energy. What about the two children here in the next picture? They need less energy because they're sitting down and watching TV. What about the next one? You can see singing and dancing. It needs more energy because, yes, it's moving. The person is moving a lot. And the last one, the two kids, they are playing. So, yes, they need more energy. Depending on what you eat, energy is provided by carbohydrates, fats, or proteins. We know we eat different kinds of foods, right? And depending on what we eat, the energy we give, it's taken by these three. But ideally, most of the energy is provided by carbohydrates. You know why? Because it's wasteful for the body to break down protein and fat for fuel. Because it's easy to break down carbohydrates and get energy, but to break down protein and fat, the body needs more energy, so it finds itself wasteful. Now, why do you need to waste energy on these things when you can easily get energy from carbohydrates? The food we eat is burned to release energy. This is how we get energy, and the energy is measured in calories. So that is the unit of measurement. The measurement of energy from food. It's known as calories. So you can say calories means energy. 1 calorie is actually the amount of heat needed to raise the temperature of 1 liter of water by 1 degree Celsius. So this is how they calculate the calorie. How much energy is needed to raise the temperature of 1 liter of water by 1 degree Celsius? That is 1 calorie. Food scientists, they measure the energy in foods by burning them inside a special container called a calorimeter. You can see a picture here, like it looks like a cup with a lid, right? But this is actually called calorimeter. They burn the food inside to know how much energy it is using. They find the heat released by the rise in temperature. Like I said before, it is how much is needed for 1 liter to increase 1 degree. That is 1 calorie, right? So they will burn and they will see how much the temperature is rising. You can see in the picture in thermometer the temperature rise. Fats and oils are the most energy rich foods, but they don't use much energy from fats and oils, they use from carbohydrates. You can see in fats, for example, butter, there is 9 calories per gram. So for 1 gram, you are getting 9 calories. But in carbohydrates and proteins, for 1 gram, you get only 4 calories. But it's easier for the body to get energy from carbohydrates. Now I've shown you here some of the calories. Kcal is actually kilocalories, okay, of these food items, just so you can compare which one has less and which one has more. Now, what 400 calories looks in your tummy? Now, if you eat vegetables, see 400 calories, it's already full. You can see it's healthy, that's why it's green, and it's already very full. Now, potato and whole grains, it's not full, but almost, 3/4, and it's yellow because it's okay to eat. Not the most healthy, but it's not unhealthy too. But you can come on to meat here, you can see it's only quarter of our stomach, and you still get only 400 calories. And it's the color has changed from orange to dark orange because that's a little bit less healthier. That's why we should choose to eat lesser amount of it. And when you come to the junk food and the processed food, see 400 calories, you eat only very little and already you have 400 calories. So that means you don't feel full, you still feel hungry. And the last one, you can see oil and fat. It's only very tiny part, and still already 400 calories is burned. You got already 400 calories. So this picture actually shows you to choose the 400 calories wisely, so that you can feel full and still you don't eat you don't eat too much of those calories. A resting human body needs about 1 calorie of energy per minute. So every minute you need 1 calorie even when you're resting. So if you're resting the whole day, still you need around 1400 calories. And if you are doing more activity, you need more. As your activity level increases, so do your energy needs. On an average, a, a male needs 2400 calories per day and a female needs only 2000 calories per day. So you can say an adult or a growing teenager needs between 2000 to 3000 calories per day according to the age and the activity level, because the person who is very active, a sports person, athletes, they need more energy rather than a person sitting and working in the office, right? Now, we need to have a balance between the calories in and the calories out. If the balance is there and it's equal, you'll have the same weight. Whatever calories you're taking in, you're using it, that means your weight will be same. You will not gain or you will not lose. But if the calories in is more than the calories out, yes, you can see in the picture, it gains weight, right? That because you're eating more than what your actually needs. And what happens if the calorie in is less than the calories out? If you eat less than what you are using, then you will start losing weight. So there should be a calorie balance. And calorie intake, it includes our meals, our drinks, our snacks. And what are the calorie burns? Exercise, the daily activities, body process like digestion, breathing. All these needs calories. It needs energy. So we need to make sure that there is a balance. Now I'll show you a picture here. All these equal to 100 calories. 1 tablespoon of oil, it's already 100 calories. But instead of that, you can choose to eat 14 almonds, or a glass of orange juice, or 300-gram watermelon. So you have to choose your food wisely so that you will feel full, you will not feel hungry, but you don't eat too much. You need to eat only according to your body's needs. We know if we eat too much, what will happen? You will become overweight and obese and you will start getting sick. Now, the number of calories in the food you buy in shops and supermarkets is shown on the food label. Any kind of food you buy, you check, you will find a food label like the one I've shown here. You can go home and check on your cereals, on your tins, on your canned food, anything. Even on the back of the chips, you will see this label. This label actually shows information, not only about the number of calories, but it shows information such as fat, fiber, salt content. You can see here the amount per serving. Calories 230. Can you see that? Total fat is 8 gram, and they have break down the fat. And below they are showing you cholesterol, sodium. Sodium is actually the amount of salt content. And they're showing you the total carbohydrates, protein, vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium. These are minerals and vitamins for our body. So it's actually showing you everything what the food contains. And on the right side you can see the percentages. This is the percentage of our daily value. How much we need, we already get from here. See, here you can see the 10%, 5%, even you can see 20%, which is the added sugar. So, you are already getting a lot of sugar from here. And this is for the amount per serving. And per serving, also the serving size is mentioned on the top. Now here I have 3 food labels for you. The first one is whole wheat bread, second one is the candy bar, and the third one is Doritos chips. Now, can you tell me which has the most calories? Yes, the candy bar. Because one bar, the serving size, you have to look at the serving size also, okay? The whole wheat bread, it's one slice is 110. Here, just one bar is 360. And in the chips, about 11 chips, 1 ounce, it is 150. Which has the most fat? Again, we need to look at the fat, total fat. Which one has more? Again, the candy bar, right? Because it has 21 grams. The whole wheat bread has only 1.5 and the chips have only 8 grams. Now, which has the most salt? Which one do you have to look for the salt? We have to look for the sodium. So, which one is more? Yes, Doritos has the more salt content because it has 210 milligram. The other two you have only 60 and 130. So that was all about our lesson. I hope you understood. So whenever you buy something now, you can check the food labels to understand. Now, can you open your workbook page, pupils book page 22? Let's do what you have learned. Different foods provide different amounts of, yes, energy. It gives different amounts of energy. Scientists measure the energy content of foods by burning them in a, where do they burn? In calories or calorimeter? Yes, calorimeter. When you're resting, your body needs about 1 blank of energy per minute. 1 calories of energy per minute. Your energy needs increase when you're active. Fats and oils are the most energy rich foods, and the energy content of packaged foods can be found on, yes, the food label. Okay. Now open your notebook. Let's do the check your progress. I'm reminding you, don't forget to write the date, the lesson, also write the page number. Lesson 4, food and energy. Write the topic, okay? Don't forget that. And also check your progress. Now, question 1 says, how many calories are contained in 100 grams of fat? Now, we already told that in 1 gram of fat, we use 9 calories. So, in 100, we will use, yes, 900 calories. Now, number 2, how many calories does an active teenager require each day? We discussed this also. Do you remember? Yes, between 2000 and 3000. So you can write 2000 to 3000 calories a day. Number 3. Predict what will happen if you eat too many calories each day. Simple. What will happen? Yes, you will gain weight and you will become obese maybe. So this is what will happen. Now, let's do the workbook also. Open page 9. They've given you an experiment activity here. You can see burning food, the picture over there. There is 200 ml of water. There is a can, sand and the thermometer to measure. Now, class 5 compared the energy content of different foods. They use a candle to set fire to a 2-gram sample of each food. So each of the 3 foods they took 2 grams each and they used the burning food to heat 200 ml of water in a tin can. They measured the initial temperature of the water and its final temperature when the sample had stopped burning. So to see the difference between the temperatures. So the result is given here. They use 3 food, dry bread, nut and chocolate. The initial water temperature is given and the final is given. Now the third column is empty and your task is to complete the table by calculating the rise in water temperature each sample produced. Now how do we find the rise in temperature? Yes, we subtract between them. The final minus the initial, you will see how much it has risen. So the first one you need to do 40 minus 22. What's your answer? It is 18. The second one 63 minus 25, you get 38. And the last one 78 minus 24. So 8 minus 4 is 4 and 7 minus 2 is 5. So you get 54. Okay, now we move to the next question. It's also based on this activity. Which food sample contains the greatest amount of energy per gram? Which one has more? We just wrote the rise in temperature. Which one has the more? 54 is for chocolate. Now, which one has the least amount? Yes, it is the dry bread. Now, explain how you know. We know because of the difference from the initial water temperature to the final temperature. We see the difference and we know already, right? Okay, now the next one. Explain briefly why the class took care to use the same mass of food and the same volume of water for each test. Why they did not use 2 gram of dry bread and 5 gram of chocolate, or they used 100 milliliter of water for the first one and 200 for the second one. Yes, remember in the first days when we learned about the scientific method, we discussed we should use everything same to have a yes, fair test. To make a fair test. Now the last question is, look at the food labels. They've given you 3 food labels here. Pita bread, dates and chocolate. And the energy is given. Energy per 100 gram for each is given. Explain why it is better to snack on bread or dates than on chocolate. Why? Yes, because pita bread has only 275 calories, dates have only 280 calories. What about chocolate? It has 504, almost like the double, you can say, right? Because chocolate has more calories. So it's better to choose pita bread and dates rather than chocolate. So with that, we come to the end of today's lesson. I hope you liked it. You understood the whole concept. So thank you very much for paying attention. See you in the next class. Bye.